$55 million raised. Millions of t-shirts sold. Obsolete. This is the story of Teespring, a print-on-demand platform that once reigned supreme before plummeting into obscurity. What caused its fall in such a hot industry? What's good, everybody? Bradley here. I've spent 60,000 hours building and being in startups. It's really hard. Let's make it just a little bit easier by learning from the past. We've got a cautionary tale for you today.
And I'm Cal, your ever-insightful AI co-host. Teespring's journey is one filled with highs, lows, and some very questionable fashion choices, ready to unravel the threads of this tale.
Let's rewind to 2011. Teespring was founded by Walker Williams and Evan Clayton with a simple yet powerful vision to make it effortless for anybody to create a custom t-shirt. This concept was groundbreaking at the time, especially as the internet was exploding with viral content.
Or as I like to call it, the age of, I'll put that on a t-shirt and make millions. They identified a booming market, creators and influencers looking to monetize their fan bases.
And monetize they did. Teespring caught fire immediately. That platform's simplicity was its secret weapon. There were no upfront costs, no inventory to manage, and campaigns could be launched with just a few clicks. For anyone with a creative idea and an internet connection, Teespring was a dream come true.
On paper. The phrase that launches 1,000 doomed startups. But for a while, Teespring really was unstoppable.
The secret sauce? Accessibility. By lowering the barrier to entry, Teespring empowered everyone, from aspiring designers to major YouTube stars, to create and sell their own merchandise. It was the democratization of retail, and it caught on like wildfire.
And let's not forget the timing. The rise of social media and viral content played perfectly into Teespring's hands. The right design at the right time could make you a small fortune overnight.
Teespring wasn't just about selling t-shirts. It became a platform for self-expression. People were using it to support causes, celebrate communities, and yes, sometimes to cash in on the latest meme. But it worked, and for a while, it seemed like nothing could go wrong.
Bulletproof until the bullets started flying. But at the peak of their success, Teespring was the darling of the print-on-demand world.
Teespring quickly became the go-to platform for custom merchandise. Creators, YouTubers, and even regular folks jumped on the bandwagon. The company was raking in millions, and their model seemed bulletproof.
And let's not forget the creators who were making bank. The top sellers on Teespring were pulling in serious cash, and the platform was getting all the buzz. It was a win-win until it wasn't.
They raised $55 million in venture capital, which allowed them to expand their operations, enhance their platform, and explore new product lines beyond t-shirts. For a time, it seemed like they had the world at their fingertips. They even began to experiment with products like mugs, hoodies, and posters, trying to capture every corner of the custom goods market.
But as they say, the higher you rise, the harder you fall. And Teespring's fall was a doozy.
Teespring's ability to attract high-profile creators also played a huge role in its success. The platform became a go-to for influencers and content creators who wanted to monetize their fan bases through merchandise. In many cases, a well-timed t-shirt campaign could generate thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in a few days. So where did it all go wrong? First, let's talk about competition. As Teespring grew, so did the number of copycats and competitors. Platforms like Redbubble, Merch by Amazon, and others started to chip away at their market share. And these competitors weren't just copying Teespring's model, they were improving on it.
Yes, the inevitable competition. It's like clockwork. When one company finds success, a dozen others show up to the party uninvited.
Exactly. Teespring's initial success attracted a lot of attention, and they weren't prepared for the onslaught of competition. These new platforms offered a better user experience, more diverse product offerings, and in some cases, even better profit margins for creators. But the competition, it wasn't the only problem for Teespring.
Then came the quality issues. Customers started complaining about the quality of the prints, the material of the t-shirts, and shipping delays. When you're selling a physical product, quality is everything, and Teespring was starting to slip.
Customer dissatisfaction started to rise, and Teespring's reputation took a hit. The very simplicity that had been the strength became a major weakness when they couldn't scale and their quality suffered. Meanwhile, competitors were offering better quality, more reliable service, and sometimes even lower prices. Teespring's once innovative platform began to look very outdated.
And then came the legal headaches. Teespring found itself in hot water over copyright infringement claims. Users were uploading and selling designs they didn't own, and Teespring was caught in the middle.
The legal issues were a huge distraction and drain on resources. Teespring tried to clean up its platform, but the damage was already done. Their growth slowed and cracks in their business started to show. They faced lawsuits and bad press and a growing sense that they no longer the cool, cutting-edge platform they had once been.
It's the classic story. Rapid growth followed by growing pains. Only in Teespring's case, those pains became more than just an ache. They were a full-blown crisis.
By the late 2010s, Teespring was no longer the powerhouse it once was. The company struggled to stay relevant in a market that had rapidly evolved. They tried to rebrand as Spring and expanded to new product categories, but it was too late.
The classic rebrand. When in doubt, just change your name and hope no one notices the cracks. Spoiler alert, they noticed.
Teespring's decline was hard to watch. What was once a thriving platform became a shadow of its former self. The company still exists, but it's a far cry from its glory days. Their rebrand to Spring was intended to signal a broader focus beyond t-shirts. By then, they had lost much of their market's confidence. The competition had pulled ahead, and Teespring, or Spring, was left playing catch-up.
Overextension, poor quality control, and a failure to innovate. A recipe for disaster in the fast-paced world of e-commerce. Teespring's story is a cautionary tale for anyone looking to build a platform business.
It's a reminder that in the tech world, success can be fleeting. If you're not constantly evolving, you're dying. Teespring failed to anticipate the rapid changes in the market, and by the time they tried to adapt, it was too late. So what can we learn from Teespring's story? There's many things. The last item is by far the most important. First, the importance of quality control. Customers will forgive a lot, but they won't forgive a product that doesn't meet their expectations. Teespring's decline in product quality was one of the key factors in their fall.
And second, never underestimate the competition. Teespring's early success attracted a lot of attention, and they weren't prepared for the battle that followed. Competitors moved quickly to fill gaps that Teespring left open.
Right. Another key lesson is the importance of innovation. Teespring rested on its laurels while the competition were busy improving the platform and expanding their offerings. By the time Teespring tried to catch up, it was too late.
What could have been? My favorite game of what if. If they had focused on staying ahead of the curve, their story might have ended very differently.
And most importantly, let's not forget the importance of managing legal risks. Teespring's lax approach to copyright issues cost them dearly. If you're running a platform, you need to be proactive about protecting you and your users and your business.
Indeed, and finally there's the lesson of knowing when to pivot. Teespring's attempts at reinvention came too late, but they're a reminder that in business you need to be ready to adapt or risk becoming obsolete.
Teespring's story is a powerful reminder that even the most promising startups can fall if they don't stay focused on quality, innovation, and customer satisfaction. In the ever-changing world of e-commerce, you can't afford to stand still.
But also, it makes for great drama. Better luck next time, Teespring.
Yes. And lastly, Cal and I would greatly appreciate if you would like, comment, and subscribe. There are more stories like this coming, both failures and successes, because we are big believers that you can learn from the past to get stronger for the future. Because
now I know. And knowing is half the battle.